What's going on, collectibles? Welcome back to the collection with me, Eddie. Today we have nothing specific, it's all just random. This is just an excuse to put things that I already have into the collection and also to put things in the background so y'all have something to look at. Not everything will stay up here. Some things might just stay up here for this episode, and some will actually be staying up here permanently. This collection is mine and yours, so y'all will also have a say on what stays up here and what doesn't. All you have to do is leave comments below on the subject and also things that y'all want to see in the future. I have a pretty big handful of random things that I will be putting up on these shelves. Therefore, I'm gonna have to split this into different videos so the videos won't be too long. Before we get into it, if y'all can hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, that way you can get notified next time I upload and become a collectible and be part of the collection family. Today we have two statues that I've had since I can remember. We have two banks, we have playing cards, two action figures that have really nothing to do with each other. We have a keychain, an energy drink, and a pin. If y'all watched the last video, y'all know that we put on the first item onto this shelf. This little Celebi pin. It came with something else, but y'all gotta watch to find out. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it is. But if y'all want to watch that video, click the link in the description below after you watch this video. The first item is a little bear statue that I've had since I was a kid. This has been with me for so long, so it became permanently part of my collection. And it's actually one of the first things that I've owned. This little bear right here. I've had it since I was about 6 years old, and if y'all go through some photos of when I was smaller, y'all could actually see this little guy in the background in many of the pictures. And honestly, I don't know where it came from. I've just had it for so long, it just became just a thing that it's part of my life. I don't know, like I said, I don't know where it came from, but I do know where it's going. It's going on the shelf right there. And that's one of the things that will be remaining up there. It probably won't be in that specific location, but for this video, it will stay right there. The next thing is a train. This little train has actually been with me for a long time as well. Not as long as the little bear back there, but it's been with me since probably I was 8. And this is actually a sports train. It has a sports logo, and I'm not a big fan of the sport or the team, but it's just been with me for so long that I can't depart with it. This little train, it's a Christmas train from 2005. As you can see right there, 2005. It's a Cowboys train with a little Santa Claus on it with the Cowboys helmet. And like I said, I can't depart with it. I'm not a fan of this sport, of this team, but I've had it and I've beat it up on the moves whenever I've moved. Actually, I accidentally dropped it and it fell. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the parts that go with it, and I couldn't fix it. But it's gonna probably be a permanent resident of the shelf, just like the bear. There you go, it's on the shelf, and on to the next thing. Next, we have a coin bank. It's based on a DC character, and it's actually my favorite character, Batman. I honestly don't know how I got this, but I only use this for quarters and only quarters. Why? Because I use other coin banks for the other coins. Sometimes when I want to wash my car and I don't have supplies to wash it at home, I go to a car wash and I need quarters, and I don't like going through all the coins and needing to keep on taking out coins from the coin bank just to get the right coins. So I decided to make Batman my quarter guy. I have another pinky bank that is for my daughter. I put nickels and dimes in my daughter's coin bank, so I can have those over there, and I don't really use them. So those are hers for whenever she grows older and wants to use her coins for whatever she wants. And then I have the pennies in a bottle. That way I can have the pennies out of the way, because, well, nobody really uses pennies until we go to like a coin machine and put in all the pennies just so we can get cash out. But right now, let's get back to Batman. So he is not very good print. I believe this is a Walmart one. You can see right here on his thumb, he actually has paint over and onto his body. The same goes right here with his belt. It goes onto his hand, and it's just a bunch of little imperfections like that all over him. But I mean, this is Batman, so it doesn't really matter how he looks. He looks great either way. There you go, Batman's on the shelf. So let's get to the next thing. Up next, we have another coin bank, and unlike these three items, I actually know where this comes from. My mother actually brought it home one day and gave it to me because she didn't know I had this coin bank. I was going to use this coin bank for the pennies, but I ended up using a water bottle, and I've never opened up the box for it. This little Captain American doll coin bank is actually kind of beat up. It's open and it's never been opened before. So we're going to open it first time here. It got beat up on the move whenever I moved to another house. So let's open it up and see it from the inside. And here we have it. This is the box. You can see the little Avengers right here. Well, two of them at least. The Hulk and Thor, and then Captain America up here. Another Captain America right here with Iron Man. And the figure right here. I don't know why they showed this figure if the front is clear and you can clearly see how it looks like. But let's set the box to the side right here. Put it in the frame just so if y'all want to look at it still, it's right there. Now this is made out of plastic and it doesn't seem very durable, but it's more durable than Batman since that's ceramic, and the ceramic can break at any time that you drop it. The thing I do like though is that they try to put it right here so it doesn't cut on anything of the figure, you know. There's no cut on his head, there's no cut on anything. So right here, it looks, from the front, it looks like nothing. It doesn't look like coin bank. In the back, the only thing that you can see is this little slit. And I mean, that's pretty much every coin bank, except this kind of goes with its shape. The only thing is it's not black, but it doesn't matter. I like it. It's not high quality, but it's good for the shelf. And there it is. Now things will be behind me, so the only times y'all will be able to see this is whenever I move out of the way so y'all can see it. But let's get into the next thing. Up next we have, I've had this John Cena since I was a kid. I remember taking it to school in the second grade because I had another guy. It was Rey Mysterio, and I remember I used to have a lot of fun playing with them too. But unfortunately, kids are thieves, and they stole my Rey Mysterio out of my backpack, and I never saw it again. But fortunately, I kept the Little John Cena, and he was pretty much my go-to guy every time I had an action scene in my little playtime. And I remember I couldn't do the his little move, the you can't see me thing. So I would always just move his arm up and down, and it was pretty weird. But I remember I liked the hip action. You know, fast move to the side. I punch him with the little fist he has, and I just really liked playing with him, mostly because he was the only actual wrestler I had. So he was my go-to guy, and I had a lot of fun with him. Now he is a bit discolored just due to time. So you can see his hair right here. You know, they just painted over this skin color. So the mold is just this skin color, the same color as his head. And then they just went in and probably airbrushed it on. You can see the little casting line right there on his head, behind his ears. But for the most part, he's in pretty good condition considering how much I threw him around. And now he is on the shelf. And him, I'm not sure if he's a permanent resident of the shelf like these two. But we'll see on the next one if he stays or not. Next we have another little action figure. Probably not an action figure, just a figure. It is actually a knockoff. It's not an original. It's it's recasted. I bought this in my country, Guatemala. So he's not an original. His colors are a bit off. His casting is a bit off, but he's actually my first anime figure, so I really like him. This is the Goku I got from over there, and as you can see, his arms are a bit thin, like they're a little too thin, and the stand doesn't really stay on, as y'all saw right now. That kind of just came off on its own. It has little two prongs and has this little C on it. I don't know if y'all can see that. But you know, the color is a bit off. You know, there's some geese that he does have. I believe they're not this light of a color, but he does have light shaded geese. From what I remember, I haven't watched Dragon Ball since probably the beginning of the year. So bit things have been escaping my mind ever since my daughter was born. But I don't believe he had this light of a gi. And then his hair right here is a bit wonky. But it's overall it's pretty good for the price. I probably got it for like I want to say $5 in US dollars. There it is. Let's see, can it focus on him? Come on, camera. It doesn't want to focus on him much, but there it is. His face. He is one of those things that doesn't really have a sentimental value, but he's a huge thing. And like I said, he's the first anime figure I've ever had, so he's most likely gonna be a permanent resident up on the shelf. Up next we have something I got before I had Goku, only because I really want to get into the anime things. It is on the same thing, Dragon Ball Z, because I'm a huge fan. I got this. I was going to show the other items that I got, but I can't seem to find them. Dragon Ball Z playing cards. So they're just playing cards with graphics of Dragon Ball on them. let's look at some right now. I don't really remember how they look, so let's see. So it seems Joker is Master Roshi, which is funny. Up next we have a random pin. I got this pin from GameStop one day. They just randomly gave it to me, and I think it was some kind of promotional thing. At the time they gave it to me, I honestly didn't know what it was because I never played this game before. I never heard of the game before because I was just beginning to get into gaming. It's this Assassin's Creed pin from Origins. It says here Bayek. Now, I still don't know much of the Assassin's Creed games or storyline. I do have Black Flag, which I've played for like a good hour. I played Assassin's Creed Unity, but besides that, I don't have much knowledge of the Assassin's Creed world per se. But apparently you can get other ones now that I see. So now that I know that I can get other pins, I'm gonna go for those. You see back there, it says here Edward, SEO, Altair, and Connor. I butchered some of those names, but I'm gonna look for those other pins. I'm probably gonna try get them and put them on here. Fake pin, and there it is on the shelf next to the cards. Next we have a keychain. This keychain, my sister got it on her way to Chicago. She went to a Nickelodeon thing and she bought a bunch of these, and I ended up with Mr. Crab. And in the back, as y'all can see right here, there are more. So I will be getting the rest. My wife actually has Gary, so I might be borrowing it from her. It is out of the package on hers, so I won't be opening it. It will already be open, but we can open this one together. So let's open it. So there it is. Let's place this here. Let's pop it off out of the little container here. And that is the first time I touch Mr. Krabs. Here he is. See, there he is. He has his little smile, his big old eyes, his little, I guess these are supposed to be his claws, and his little blue trousers with his feet in the back. There, he has the little details of his little back because he is brown, and then it goes kind of like a point, round point. I like the little details of the belt. You know, it has the little notches right here to indicate where the belt loop goes. The only problem I have looking at the box is I think they did SpongeBob and they just redid the other characters on SpongeBob's cast. So all the characters have the same body. And looking at this closer, I can actually see that Gary has belt loops as well. So does Patrick and Plankton and Squidward. I don't remember if Squidward has belt, but Patrick, Plankton, and Gary definitely don't have a belt loop. So that's the one problem I have. But overall, I like it. It's a neat little keychain to take with you, Mr. Krabs, you know. And like I said, I will be trying to get the rest of the characters so I can have a complete set. And there's little missile crabs, and let's get to the next thing. Before we get to the last item, I just want to remind y'all to subscribe and hit that bell notification button to get notified when I upload next. Lastly, we have this Red Bull can. And this Red Bull can came from a school I used to go to whenever I went to school to become a medical assistant. Red Bull used to be my lunch whenever I was there, along with some M&Ms and some chips. It's a very unhealthy diet. I just never took lunch, and I never went out of the campus to get lunch. And it was just a quick thing. I used to get probably like 1 or 2 Red Bulls and just chug them, and I'll pretty much be fidgety throughout the whole class. I didn't really like school. I would actually fall asleep during school or did other things that was not school related. So being fidgety off of Red Bull actually kept me awake and not necessarily paying attention, but I did stay awake and alert. So I did most of my work whenever I wanted to. But yeah, the Red Bull can, and it's the last item that will be going up on this shelf for this episode. And there it is. That is the whole shelf for this episode. And like I said, some of these items will not be staying up here. Some of these items will be. And y'all will actually be part of the decision of what stays and what doesn't. And we'll see how this goes. Like I said, this is y'all's collection as well. So if y'all have any ideas for the next video, leave it down in the comments. And maybe your decision will be up here. This is y'all's collection. Y'all decide what y'all want along with me. And y'all decide what stays up here and what does not. Thanks for watching. And remember, subscribe, hit the notification bell button, and give a huge thumbs up to the video. Become part of the collection family and be a collectible. Hope you have a happy day, and I'll see you in the next one.